Okay, so Kevin Farmer from Big Cow Sports, and this is the Formula 5. This is the run, bike, run. Fantastic, exciting format. If you've rocked up for a different event, this is the wrong place, wrong time. So this is Emberton Country Park, and this is a gatehouse where you need to come in to park up. Now, with all venues, you might need to check in, so please make sure you have your COVID app for check-in ready to go. We all have some QR codes to make it nice and easy for you. Once you've got through, and we're welcoming you in the car parks, you'll just Sasha's just guiding us over with the video. You can see down to the car park. The other thing I'd like to say is, once you've finished your event, you'll walk down from there. Rather than going through, we're keeping a one-way system to and from the car park because the track is quite narrow, and you'll walk back this way back to your car after the event. Okay, you're going to see me a couple of more times. We're going to do a few more videos around this fantastic venue. So we're here by the car park. The car park is in here. If this car park is full, you'll be directed further to be parking on areas of the grass. I want you to listen to our instructions because there may be some wet. At the minute it's dry, but it might actually be wet by next Sunday. You can see the gatehouse, and that's the way you'll come in and park. Once you've parked your car as instructed, the way to get to the venue or the race HQ is down that path, and you'll follow it just to the right side of those two willow trees. But you must not come back that way. You must walk down the path, and we'll have some signs, one-way signs. You'll walk to the gatehouse, and then you follow the path either to the car park there or wherever you've left your car. Hope that's clear. See you again in a minute. Right, hello, it's me again. Parked up safely over the car park. Come through the one-way system to come into the venue. This is the venue of the great Emberton Country Park. Big Cow Sports have been here since 2003. Just behind that little bunch of trees there will be registration, so you'll literally come in from the car park, registration just here. Transition area will be over by the Herring Boating Club, so that's where all the bikes and the racking will be. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. Our COVID corral, we call it the COVID corral, the corral where we start you in your waves, will be just over there by the gate, and that is where you will start each of the 5k runs. All right, that's it. So we'll see you in a sec. Okay, a little bit now about the starting process. So we've not really mentioned about the 2 meters rule. 2 meter rule must be adhered to at all times. You know, if you're overtaking people on the route, please just give everybody a wide berth. And one of the things that we learned from the Duathlon in October is, you know, spectators or people, well, not spectators, there isn't any, but any bystanders or anybody, just give them a complete wide berth. You know, people out on the route, if you do see anybody, can be quite busy here at Emberton Country Park. All right, so we're at the start line. We'll have a COVID corral, which is where our videographer Sasha is. We will have a COVID corral, which will keep you all 2 meter distance in a staggered area. With BTF rules, it's not the bubble of 6 or whatever, it must be one at a time. So me, being the starter, will have a timer mat here, you'll run over, and that will be the starting of your event. Run off, and then you race off. You'll race off through there, and then that's 1 lap, and you'll obviously do 3 runs. Okay, we're in transition area. Just imagine this. We'll have barriers. We'll have a red gantry behind Sasha, and we'll have a blue gantry showing you there. A blue gantry will be over there, so I'll explain a bit more about that. So imagine yourself in this transition area. We're going to have nice wide racking area, so you've got plenty of space. We have no bag drop, but during this COVID situation, you are allowed to leave your bags at the bike, which is not normally done. For those that don't know much about transition, the rules of transition, so this is a 5-leg race, and usually it's only 3, so it's a 5-leg race. We're going to start from the COVID corral, just over there, Sasha showing you. So we're going to start there. You'll do 1 lap of this fantastic loop around the country park and through Emberton, and then you'll come in through the way that you come in from the car park, and you'll run into transition, which is over there, through the blue gantry, and then you'll come into your numbered bike area. You go and get your bike. Before you touch your bike, and this is for all transitions, triathlons or duathlons, your helmet must be done up. Once your helmet's done up, you may then touch your bike and remove it from the racking. If you don't, our race referee Paul Hester, who's our man of the day, he will just politely tell you to put the bike back and put your helmet on. Some referees will give you a penalty straight away. So, you know, it's imperative that you must do your helmet up before you touch your bike. You grab your bike and you'll run, and Sasha's going to move around, and you'll see where the red gantry will be, just on the way to the park, around the edge of the park. Once you've gone through that red gantry, your time stops. You can just take your time getting to the start of the bike. You only have a maximum of 5 minutes, which is plenty of time, but if we don't, we'll have people having picnics and laying down somewhere, so you've got 5 minutes. Then you'll join the road and you'll head off going around this wonderful country undulating course. There is not many hills, but there's a couple of undulations. Once you're finished, you'll come down the hill, you'll go through another timing point, and there will be a dismount line just after that. You can dismount, or you dismount, but then you can get back on, but you must take it easy to come back into the park. This is a no racing time, so that will not be timed. So the section you come through the timing point and the second dismount line, you'll come take your time getting back to here, but once you go through that red gantry, you are now racing again. So then you can race, get to your bike, make sure you put your bike on the rack before you undo your helmet and take your helmet off. Once you've done that, then you head over to the blue gantry to exit to do your next lap. As this is a 5 race section, you go off, come back, do the bike again, the dead zone again, and then you come back and then you do your last run course. On your last run course, the finish will literally be just behind where Sasha is, and she'll turn the camera, and the camera is basically in the middle of the venue. Once you've finished, there'll be a provision for you to go and get your bike. There may be a time when you can't get that, but we'll make that quite clear on the PA system. Once you've got your bike and your belongings and you've had a quick cup of coffee, unfortunately, because of COVID, we can't ask you to stay for more than 30 minutes after you're finished. There must not be any spectators. We just cannot have any spectators. We will be having people watching us, so we please do not bring any spectators at all. The run course. Okay, so as you can see, the venue is on grass. Most of the route is either on paths or tracks or internal road here in Empton Country Park, but there is one 600-metre section within the route which is uphill and on grass. If it's wet, you might get wet shoes. It isn't too muddy, but I'd say just don't wear really nice new white shoes. Just wear your less clean shoes. You don't need trail shoes for this. Most of it is actually on hard ground.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to shout a bit louder because of the road. Right, so you've just come through. I think you've just seen the speeded up version of where you come. You'll come down here. You can then start queuing up in 2-metre gaps. Don't worry, because it's not timed. We're going to have a timing gate just here. As you pass through the timing gate, that is when your race starts. We'll have people marking around here to make sure you're protected, and then you'll get on. The race mountain line will be just before that lamppost. Clearly you need to get yourself sorted out before you join the main road. Now we'll have people there to make sure that that is safe. Okay, so this is the finish of the bike section. You'll come down the road. You can see it's quite busy now, but this is a sort of busier time of the day. You'll come off the main road, keep going, you'll come round to here. When we're at this point here, this will be the dismount line. So you'll dismount here, keep your wits about you, just keep an eye on, but we will have marshals around to make sure you're safe. You dismount here, off your bike, and then just through here, we'll have a timing gate. Once you go through this timing gate, your time stops. Okay, so then your timing stops, and then you just get back to the country park and the venue safely. When you go through the red gate, the red gantry, that is when your timing starts. So you have up to 5 minutes to get there. Plenty of time. Take it easy. A bit about the actual cycle route itself. Okay, so what are you following? You're following black on yellow signs, and they will be on the run route as well. So black on yellow signs. You'll only be doing left turns, so for your safety it makes no sense to go on a right turn. So you will only be doing left turns. We will have marshals at all of those points. Please, not mentioned this yet, no rubbish at all anywhere on the course. If you're seen throwing rubbish, or you do throw rubbish, either this race will get stopped for the future, and or you could be disqualified on the dot. The rubbish is just not acceptable. So what else? The triathlons and duathlon, this is under their rules, and it's a 3 bike length drafting rule. You cannot cycle close to the bike in front. If you do need to overtake, please give yourself a nice berth around and make sure you're safe to do so. And whenever you're racing on the road, it is the normal highway code. Okay, it's Kevin. I'm in the registration tent, which is just above me. Just come in from the car park. So this is a little bit about the stuff you're going to get for registration. Registration opens from 8 AM on the Sunday. You'll come here, please wear a mask when you come into registration, and any time that you're not racing, drinking or eating, obviously. Alright, so you come to registration. What will you get in your pack? In your pack will either be, well, there will be 2 numbers. If you've got a race belt, you clearly only need 1 and you know what to do. Running, it's on the front, and on the back it's for the bike. If you haven't got a race belt, you pin 1 on your vest for running and your back for the cycling section. Alright, so there will be a timing chip. It's an ankle chip, it's on a Velcro strap, must be on your left ankle. This is for safety issues, so you don't get that caught in your chain if you're wondering. And so, if you've said you are a BTF member on your registration and obviously paid less money, you must show that registration card on the day. If you do not have it with you, unfortunately we will have to charge you the £6 fee. If you paid that £6 fee on the registration, you will be getting an electronic copy coming through the post. Okay, I'm on the finish line. Imagine this is the finish line. We're going to have our dome tent. Yeah, we're going to have a dome tent, which will all might be used. That'll be all of our big cow events, unless it's a good blown a hoolie. Right, so you've finished. Make sure that you've got your ankle chip, must be taken off, put in the timing bucket. If failing to do so, unfortunately we'll have to charge you for this. It's expensive to keep replacing these, so we're going to have to get those back. So please make sure your timing chip is handed in as soon as you can. Once you've collected your t-shirt and your medal for your well-deserved efforts, unfortunately you can have 30 minutes to get yourself organised, and then head off home and tell your friends how well you've done. Okay, talking about refill, we can't provide cups, sweets, gel packs like you normally would get. You need to you need to be self-sufficient. Self-sufficient is the way to go. We recommend a hydration pack or another way of storing this item. Don't forget, with the dead zones, you have time to go and refill your bottles on the bike if you've done that. And if you're on the run, there will be a refill station there for you as well. Okay, a little bit more now about what we have here for you. There will be awesome Mike and his fantastic coffee, and he will have some snacks as well. We've got a cute ambulance service will be here. I always struggle to say it for some reason, but they're fantastic. They supply all our emergency services. They will be here. We have toilets, including a disabled toilet, and we also have hand sanitisation units. But like always, it's always best to bring yourself, and don't forget your mask.